Welcome back for season 2 of the Miles High Club picks. We are having a lot of fun. I can't believe we're doing it again. Please, I love all the support. If you're new to this, I go through it. I pick all the money lines. You can follow me. I will be posting locks on my Instagram. So follow me there on at money_miles13. But please go like, comment, and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for everyone that has already supported me. You guys are amazing. But before we get into the picks, we got to pay the bills. Got to pay the bills. Game Face Grooming. If you guys haven't got them yet, go get yourself some wipes. Got your cooling and your deodorizing. I know some of y'all stink just like myself. I'm a man. Don't shoot me. I'm just a messenger. Anyways, but let's get into the picks. We got the first game of the year. Eagles versus Cowboys in Philly. Thursday Night Football. I'm probably getting some wings tomorrow, maybe some pizza. I don't know. But I just don't see how the Cowboys pull this one off. They had a lot of offseason drama this year. I just like the Eagles winning this. And I think it's going to be it might be one of the ones that are locked this upcoming week. So it's just too easy, I think. Then you got the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Individual rivalry, just like the last game. I want to go against the Chiefs. I do. But it's going to be very hard for me to pick against them because they have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, credit where credit's due. And I don't like the Chargers offense right now. I don't even know. The receiving game is The running backs are going to be better. Defense, I think, overperformed last year, so I just don't believe in the Chargers this year. I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs. You heard it here first from your boy. Then I got the Bucks versus the Falcons. This is going to be an interesting game. I was going back and forth in this one, but I do believe Tampa Baker and them boys will get the W here. The Falcons are going to have a lot of signs of life in this game. It's going to be exciting to see, but I got the Buccaneers beating the Falcons, even though it's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and even though it's in Atlanta. I just like the Bucks here to get the W. Then the Bengals versus Browns. Last year I picked the Bengals to beat the Patriots week 1, and they went 1-4 in the first 5 weeks. I just don't think it's this year. First time Joe Burrow's playing in the preseason. First time a lot of starters are playing in the preseason. Under Coach Zach Taylor. I think they're going to get to a hotter start. I don't know for sure because for some reason the Bengals in September are just not a team you want to pick, but I really don't believe in the Browns. Nothing against Joe Flacco and them boys. They've had a lot of offseason drama too. I'm just gonna pick the Bengals here, beating the Browns easy. Next one's gonna be Dolphins versus Colts. This one is up in the air for me because I really like both teams. I don't think either team's gonna make to the playoffs, but I think each team is gonna show signs of life this year of like. Every time it's a tough out. I mean, I don't know why no one believes in the Dolphins anymore because the Dolphins went 8-9 last year, and if they would have won the right amount of games, and the Broncos would have lost, because the Bengals needed the Dolphins to lose, as well as the Broncos to lose. Everyone's talking about how the Broncos snuck in, but the Bengals needed the Dolphins to also lose to get into the playoffs. So they were one win away from making it as well. So I just don't understand that. So I got the Dolphins beating the Colts here. So Dolphins beating the Colts. I love Danny Dimes. He's probably going to go crazy this first week. And I just think Anthony Richardson's not going to start this year as long as there's no injuries. But I do like the Dolphins here because I think Tua and them boys are going to go crazy this year. Again, not make the playoffs, but they're going to have a good season. Raiders versus Patriots. There's a lot of people that believe in both of these teams. I, on the other hand, don't love either team. I think their teams are going to be 5-12, 6-11. They're going to win games. They're going to win games where they're like, I wish we didn't lose to that team. But this team, it's a tough game. But I do take the Patriots only because it's at home. And I'm not a Geno Smith fan. Nothing against him because he came back against the Broncos. They said, he wrote him off. And they wrote you off, Geno. And he said, I didn't write back. That man's been thinking about this for ages. What a one-liner back. But I do think you take your first L as a Raider week 1. Then the Cardinals versus Saints. This one I don't have to talk about much. I mean, the Saints, I don't think I'm going to pick the Saints to win a game this whole year. I think they will win games this year, but I just don't I personally just won't pick them because I just don't believe in them. So I got the Cardinals beating the Saints here. And then Steelers versus Jets. Steelers versus Jets. I mean, the Jets just lost their starting guard. Aaron Rodgers is 40-something years old. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a revenge tour. I think it's going to, and it's going to be a hot take, but I think it might be a blowout. Nothing against the Jets, but I just think the Steelers they're coming to play this year. I don't think it's going to be the first year of Mike Tomlin's losing season. So I got the Steelers beating the Jets, going into New York. Then Giants versus Commanders. Ooh, the Giants' defensive line is going to be insane this year. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. They could easily lead the league in sacks or in pressures, but be like 7-10, and because like their offense is just not there, and the rest of their defense is just not there. But I do think that Jackson Dart will start probably sometime this year, and I just think there's gonna be some growing pains throughout that. I think Jameis Winston should start. I like my boy Russ. Russ is gonna probably start the first 8 or 9 games, and then I'm probably gonna transition to Jackson Dart. Maybe Jameis gets in there. We don't know, but I think the Commanders beat the Giants. I don't think it's gonna be that good of a game. I think we win by 10+ points, but the Commanders there, so I got the Commanders winning. Then Panthers versus Jaguars. Whew, this is a good one. I have the Jaguars actually winning their division, so it makes sense for me to pick the Jaguars beating the Panthers here. I just don't believe in the Panthers. Bryce Young played very well at the end of the year. I just think the Jaguars are better than people are giving off, just because no one really believes in Trevor Lawrence right now, but he's had signs of potentially being not a bust for a number 1 overall pick. But I do like the Jaguars to beat the Panthers this week. 49ers versus Seahawks. This was a tough one for me just because the receiving core for 49ers, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, do we love that? George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, is he going to be healthy the whole game? If he is, I don't see how this could be a matchup, but Seahawks defense is really good. I just don't. Sam Darnold, I think he's a better fit with the Vikings. I think the Vikings made a mistake, but I could be wrong, but I think they did make a mistake by letting go of Sam Darnold. So I do think Sam Darnold would be good if he was with the Vikings, but I don't think it's going to be good with the Seahawks because Mike Macdonald, the head coach there, is just not. He's defensive-minded coach. He's not going to set up the plays like I think, and set up plays like Sam Brown's going like. And I don't think the Seahawks have the receiving core that the Vikings have. So I do like the 49ers to beat the Seahawks here. It's going to be a good game. It could be down to a field goal. But I do like the 49ers here. Lions versus Packers. A lot of people betting on the Packers to win the Super Bowl this year now because of Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons has a little bit of an L4, L5 fracture. I think that's what it's called, or sprain, or something like that in the back. My wife's a doctor. I think she knows what it is. She'll be able to tell after she watches the video what that actually was. But yeah, something with the L4 and something with the back. So he's getting an epidural shot before the game, probably to make him, drug him up, making sure he doesn't feel it. But I just think he's gonna be dealing with that. So he hasn't been really, he hasn't practiced that much this offseason. So I just got the Lions. Even though they lost both coordinators, but I just don't believe in the Packers right away. Even though it's in Lambeau, I like the Lions this year. A lot of people are doubting them, so I don't know why. But I got the Lions this week, beating the Packers. And then Texans versus the Rams. This was a toss-up for me because I don't know if Matthew Stafford actually was hurt or if he was just because he was old. They didn't want to play him. Like, my back. I don't know. But the Texans, their pass rush is going to get after Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford is not mobile anymore. I think they're going to be, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua are going to go crazy. I think they'll be two 1,000-yard receivers. I I just don't. I don't believe in them this week against the Texans. I think the Texans get the W here. It's gonna be a great game. I'm excited. I can't wait to watch that game on the side of the Broncos game on my second TV. But that's gonna be a good game to watch. Sunday Night Football this week is going to be a good one. Ravens versus Bills, a rematch of the divisional round. Is Mark Andrews going to be back? Is Mark Andrews going to catch the pass at the 2-point conversion and tie it up? I mean, is Josh Allen just going to go crazy again in just like he did in the playoffs, or is it going to be just like last year, regular season, where the Ravens blow out the Bills? I don't know. It is in Buffalo, and that's the only reason that I'm giving it to Buffalo this week. So I'm taking Buffalo to beat the Ravens. And then Monday Night Football, Bears versus Vikings. This is going to be a good one too. I'm excited for this one. Like I said before, I think the Vikings made a mistake, and I think they're going to realize that this game. I think the Bears win it. I know I don't really believe in the Bears, to be honest, but I also don't believe in the Vikings. So I'm taking the Bears to beat the Vikings. And then last but certainly never least, it's your boys. It's your boys versus the Titans at home. Cam Ward, good luck. It's going to be a tough out for you, Cam. I just saw he only threw 5 different routes in the preseason. Pat Surtain is, eating it like barbecue out there, making you want to smack your mom. You know what I'm saying? I can see him throwing 2 picks, us having 4 sacks, maybe a strip sack in one of those. I think it's going to be a rough game. But, don't lose confidence, Cam Ward. We are the number 1 defense. We led the league in sacks last year. We have the number 1 defensive player of the year, as well as, obviously, that means he's the number 1 cornerback. We have Hufanga coming back. We got Hufanga. We got Dre Greenlaw. Cam Ward, if you watch this, even though I don't have enough subscribers for you to actually probably watch this, but if you do, it's going to be a tough out for you. Tony Pollard, I like you. Calvin Ridley, I like you. Agunwa, Chick whatever the heck his name is, tight end. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be a tough one. But that's the picks. Last year, we only lost 60-something games, and we won 180-something. So let's try to do better than that. I'm trying to get over 200 wins, 200 picks correct this year. So let's do it. A lot of ESPN analysts don't do that. So let's get this money. You sign up for the Miller Latte. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Week 1, we are back. Miles High Club, we're out.